at 5. I'm just going to plug you in. Woo. Smooth. There we go. Hi. Hello. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. How are we all doing? Hello. Hello, Annette. Hello, Susie. Hi, Beth. Hi, Jill. Hello, Carol. Carol, we've missed you. Hi, everybody. Are we all good? Have we all had a good week? Hiya, Grace. Nice to see you. Oh, thank you, my Suze. All the purple. Hey. Oh, glad you're feeling better, Grace. That's good. Freezing in Devon. Yes, cold here too. Though not raining. I had a supplier rang me from London this morning and asked if it was raining because it's raining there, and it's not. It's been lovely and sunny here today. So really can't complain weather-wise. Oh, literally just been like running. Hey, Deb, welcome. Just move that up a little bit. It's kind of pulling on my cardigan. Hey, Kirsty. Gosh. Give it a moment and then we will get stuck in. Lots of lovely things to show you this evening. It's been a bit of a mad day here today. I've been just tearing around. Like, yeah, like, lovely. Julie's been here today to give me a hand in the shop so I can get everything done, because there's always a lot to do on a Friday. We've got the email to send out. There's always the new stock to add to the website, so on and so forth. And I always struggle to get it all done. So she came in to give me a hand with the shop and deal with like the customers and the orders and things. And I still managed to be pushing it for time. I just can't win. It's cold and grey in North Oxfordshire. Hi, Carol. Oh, you've had a hot chocolate. Very nice. I don't blame you. Just close the curtains. Ah, still very much winter, isn't it? But we're getting there. We are getting there. I got home in the daylight the other night. I'm in business colours. Yeah, I kind of always am. The whole purple lilac thing. It came from somewhere. In fact, I might just start off by showing you some lovely new bag webbing that's come in. Hands up if you've got the email. This week's email has gone out quite late for the aforementioned reasons of being quite busy. But the news is that we now have 25mm webbing in all the colours. So, see if I can move this without dropping it. All of the colours. So we've got 16 colours of the beautiful 25mm plain webbing. But I couldn't just stop there. If I buy plain things, I always feel like I just got to have a couple of prints just to top it up, because, you know, all plains is great, nice and practical, but maybe a little bit boring. But I just had to show you this because how beautiful is this colourway? We've had this tribal print before in a few different colours. Yay, Karen, I'm glad you're happy. It's taken me a while to be able to afford it because it's quite a big investment to get like a full range of colours in bulk. So I got the 38mm before Christmas, and then yeah, this last week I was like, let's do it, let's get 25 now. But this is a 38mm print webbing, and I just had to share that because I just feel like it goes very, very well with the cardigan. So I could just do with a bag in this now to complete my outfit. But isn't that beautiful? Sort of purple, blue and orange all together. Really like those shades, very springy. You need to buy it to pay me back. Yes, please do. That would be ideal. And the other sort of jazzy webbing that I picked up was this grey leopard print. How stunning is that? Look at the gold on the edge. It's like a gold disc. But yeah, all of those colours together, they remind me of those really if you don't go to the gym, you'll probably think I'm crazy, but they just remind me of those really colourful bumper plates that you put on the end of a barbell. I'm hoping I've got this other camera set up correctly, and then the people on YouTube can see. Such an unprofessional host this evening. Whoops. Let's see how that's looking. I'll have to lift everything up. It is a rainbow. It's beautiful, and I did spend a little bit of time putting it in like a rainbow order. So if anyone comes in the shop and messes it up, I will not be happy. But yeah, so we've got your sort of reds, orange, pinks. And I have to put these upside down and then it stays in order. We've got purples, lilacs, navies. There's turquoise and antique blue there. Oh, which way does it go? That way. And then we've got greens and browns, sort of running into a stone shade. And then your boring but useful blacks and greys at the end. So there we go. Oh no. Oh, you're off work sick. Oh, get better soon, Sarah. I guess you really just can't sing when you're, if you're poorly. Rubbish. Yeah. Fabric makes things better, doesn't it? Ooh, right. So that's webbing. That's my webbing update. The next thing that I wanted to show you and talk about this evening is, I can't get this right tonight, French terry. Now, in the middle of the week, I popped on my stories and on Instagram here and was like, yeah, I've got some really nice French terry. And it arrived last weekend, but we didn't get a chance to really unpack it. And I thought, oh, that would be great for next week's live. Got these really cool, funky, bright, different French terries. And then when I've come to sort them out and process them this week, they're nearly all damaged, and I will show you. So that was really, really disappointing, and it's really sort of thrown me off, thrown me off my stride. However, that being said, I ummed and ahed. I was like, what do I do? But we're going to go ahead because these fabrics are entirely usable. They do just have a fade to the centre fold. So I will show you. I don't feel like I'm wording this well. So these are 160 centimetres wide. Oh, there's our Julie. Home from work and straight on the live. What a dedicated individual. And they're a really lovely weight of terry. It's got some really unusual prints here. And they're just a little bit more dense than some of the other French terries we've had in the past. There's about 20% stretch in them and just very cool looking. However, if I can show you this, it might be upside down. Every single bolt we've got, I'm not even sure it's going to pick up on there. We've just got a little bit of fading along the centre fold, and it's very, very subtle. Maybe you can see there, just that tiny bit of fading. So that's not good enough for me. I would not send this out full price to you guys and then let you unwrap that at home. That to me is unacceptable. However, the fabric itself, you can definitely still work with it. If you were making things for little ones, you wouldn't even need to give it a bother. Hi, Michelle. And if you are cutting on the fold, we can just fold from the outside in. It's going to be fine. So it's totally usable, but not perfect. So I have listed it on the website, but I've taken 20% off it to account for the damage. I will be honest, some of these bolts are actually kind of, it comes and goes, it's not as bad. So if you do order it, you may actually get a piece that's totally fine. So I would say that's actually quite a good bargain. But I'll show you the prints and we'll just pretend that that doesn't exist. we'll do it. Right, so we'll start with the lions. These are like little circus lions. Very cute, very different. These are from Europe and they definitely look European to me. So I'm just going to hold out there so you can see the print. And I'm going to show you the reverse side because, like I say, these are just a really nice weight. They're quite solid. So if you were doing hoodies or joggers and things for little ones, they've got a good body to them. They're not one of those finer French terries. Quite often I'm finding that when I'm buying French terry these days, it's coming in closer to a t-shirt weight, which is why I don't really carry a line of plains, because there's not a great difference between that and the cotton jersey in terms of thickness, so it doesn't offer much advantage, but this is definitely heavier than that. So there you go. So that is the lions one, which is very cute. There's a little bit of mix and match happening here. And then again, on the sort of more children's side of things, we've got, yeah, I would agree, Megan, they are, and they're very gender neutral, yeah. You never know what to make out of French terry. Oh, everything. So all of your hoodies, joggers, sweatshirts, you can make t-shirts out of it. Things like the new Drew sweatshirt and the CC joggers, anything like that, anything that's for knits basically. The great advantage to French terry is because it doesn't have that brushed back, it's just that bit more hard wearing, it doesn't fluff up on the inside. And I found with things that I've made from French terry, it really does just wash and wear and wash and wear, which is great. So moving on to this carousel print. This is so cute. I mean, I would wear that. Yeah, winter pajamas, perfect. So that's on a very nice sort of blush kind of peachy pink base. We've got the little carousel horses. Just very, very sweet. Just a bit different to the kind of prints that we usually see knocking about. We get a lot of florals. And it's nice to see something unusual. Yeah. You see, I was trying not to say pajamas because I say pajamas on for everything. Do you like my gym jams? So this one's very cool. This is, it's got like grid lines on it, so we're on a very sort of salmon pink. It's deeper than a salmon really, quite a deep pink with these yellow sort of drawn on grid lines on top. That's very cool. Let me see if I can just show you what the centerfold is like on this one. This one's not too bad. I think you would struggle to pick that up. So, you know, I don't think it's serious damage. I think they're all right, but it's just something to be aware of. I'm quite particular about quality. So that's the grid lines. This is my personal favourite. If I had to pick one, it would be this one. This one is brush strokes, and we've got this gorgeous sort of azure kind of sky blue on the base with these little paintbrush type strokes on it. How funky is that? Now I would love a jumper out of this, or a dress, or a cord maybe. It's just awesome. Or maybe make the CC shorts and something like this would be awesome. Yes, Emma, yes, it is very similar to the Billy pattern, the sample on the cover. It reminded me a lot of that. But yeah, this one's gorgeous, isn't it? Just stunning. And again, I'll just try and show you what the fold looks like on this one, because I really did have to examine them. The problem that you find when you get this sort of damage is that it tends to come and go throughout the bolt. So it's probably just not even going to show up on the camera. Try and show that there. You just see that little bit of a little tiny bit there. But otherwise, everything in between is absolutely fine. I love that. Just the colour of it just keeps pulling me back in. But being 160 wide, it does give you a bit more freedom with your cutting out anyway. So this microphone is just pulling my cardigan over. It's driving me mad. Okay, 3 more. There's 7 prints. You can imagine how cross I was about this. Like really upset. Okay, melons. This one's just funny and it's just silly and it makes me laugh. And is it upside down? I think it is. Oh, we couldn't not have an upside down one, could we? So we've got this really lovely, vibrant kind of emerald green with some pieces of watermelon surfboarding. That's totally normal, right? This is what I mean by the definitely European, like. Say something, please. I love it. I think it's cool. So I think that is literally watermelon surfing. Something like that, is it called? And again, I'll just show you the fold on this one, just for transparency, because I think this one was the worst. This is the one that caught my eye and I was like, oh my goodness. Oh, it gets better, Yvette. It gets better. Come here. Professional presenting skills with Jenny. And we see there. So, yeah, quite prevalent. Greens always do this. Greens and reds are the worst. There you go. American football helmets. It's really gorgeous. It's actually really cute up close. It's just funny. It gets better. The next one's better. Fold that back up and I'll show you. Yeah, it would be perfect for So Fruity though. So, next up. Right, over to you. What is it? Tell me what you think that is. That's 2 of you that have said Pac-Man. I'm going to wait for some answers to come in here. See if you made the same, had the same thought that I did. A banana. It's 2 for banana, 3 for banana, 4 for banana. Megan. Megan's the only one that's got it right so far. I thought it was a banana. It's a melon. It's a melon, apparently. And I was like, oh, banana's great. But yeah, actually, when you look at it, it is a slice of melon, isn't it? I think it's more of a cantaloupe. But whatever it is, it's fun. And if you put, like, oh, Yvette. If you put a smiley face on something, like, I'm there. I was just like, these are different. These are cool. But yeah, they're definitely both melons. Yes, a Galia. You know the ones that are peachy on the inside. But do you know what? I think if you wanted it to be a banana, it could be a banana because it looks like a banana to me. I feel like this is just like I'm losing control of this tonight. Really, Grace, it's a melon. But it's a happy melon, it's chilling. I think that's actually what it was called. They came with names as well. But yeah, it's a happy little melon with its green skin and its yellow flesh. And it's just chilling out. So, I just think that's really funny. So yeah, perfect for So Fruity. Someone needs to sew it. Yeah. I could take it on holiday and do that. Yeah, so I think it's cool. I think it's different. It gave me a giggle, so why not? Next time someone comes in and they're like, oh, it's just all florals, I'll be like, well, we do have melon. Finally, oh no, this is slightly more sensible, I feel. We've got some dinosaurs. but subtle dinosaurs on royal blue. Yep, so we've got little dinosaurs. I'm not even going to try and name the dinosaur. And flying ones. Pterodactyl maybe. But yeah, I like that. That would be nice for the little ones as well, or any dinosaur lovers, or myself, I think, for when we have our dino day in May. I think I need to make something up out of this for that. But yeah, cool. I know a lot of people are dinosaur enthusiasts, aren't they? Get an idea for scale? So yeah, a little bit random that. And I was excited about those and then disappointed, but also excited again because I don't think they're a complete write-off. It's just a shame. I'll show you the centre on that one. Quite subtle on there, not really that bad. Hi Emma. Oh, that sounds amazing. Enjoy your weekend away. Wish I was having a weekend away. Really could use one. But if I had a weekend away, there would be no live at 5. Carol and John, are you watching from separate rooms or the same one? You made me laugh. Right, okay, that's the French Terry drama out of the way. I'm not over it. Sarah, you have been marked as late and will be reprimanded as such tomorrow. Different rooms, great. Okay, also, we have a few odds and ends. And I'm going to say odds and ends because I was grossly disappointed in the quantity of fabric that I received with these. So I ordered in 15 metre bolts, and for two of them I got sent 5.5 metres. You know, why bother? However, they're gorgeous, so let's show you them. They're just very limited edition. So this is amazing. It reminds me a lot of the orange leopard print that we were looking at last week, but kind of different. This is a zebra print with a hot pink and orange colourway to it. This is like a viscose jacquard satin finish. It's fabulous. Now, the first thing that popped into my head when I saw this was the Fabric Godmother peony dress. Just, I don't know why, it just hopped on into my mind. But there is very little of this fabric, which is a shame because it's super pretty. And when I was going through the header cards from the supplier, this was the first one that I grabbed. I was like, I'm having that. But clearly other people have done the same and snaffled all the stock up. So very nice. I'll show you how that drapes and moves. It's got a good amount of body to it. So sometimes with like the crepey, more satiny viscoses, they can be very thin, but this really does have a good amount of body. And just looking at it, like the wrong side being a jacquard is a reverse. I don't feel that the colours are showing up very well on here, but it's glorious. If you've got somewhere to go this summer, that would make a stunning dress. Or a very nice little blouse, or a nice skirt. Whatever you choose to do with it. It's gorgeous. It is lush, Susie B. You'll like it. I've had a few people stroking it this week in the shop. Okay, let's pop that over there. Finished my tea already. Does anybody want to go and make me another cup? Okay, doke. These are a little bit random, but here we go. Also in the viscose line, this is a viscose satin with a little bit of elastane in it. This is lovely. This is so pretty. This is called Silver Leaf. And yeah, it reminds me of, I have one of those cottonous plants in my front garden, and in the winter the leaves go all silvery, and it's just like that when they go very pale on this gorgeous sage green base. And again, it's got a nice amount of body to it. And you see it really drapes and moves nicely there. I'll show you that. Yes, 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 yes. It is very Sharon, yes. Yes, all the greens. I feel like I would blend nicely into my living room in this at the moment because that's green. But, we were discussing today how much we like greens. I think Sue's on, and Sue was saying how much she's enjoying green. I think this time of year we're all craving a bit of springiness. So personally, I find myself leaning towards the fresh greens just to kind of lift me into that spring mode. And this one, again, sorry, I should say with the green, there is plenty of that one. There's about 15 metres. But this next one, again, there was only 5.5, and I'm a bit disappointed because this is really, really lovely. And it is designed to coordinate with this one. If you can see, this colour sort of ties in with the centre of those leaves. Also, with the green, you could definitely do like pyjamas, posh pyjamas. But we've got a very fine sweater knit in this lovely fawn colour. It's just so nice. I don't often see sweater knits this fine. This is the kind of weight of when you buy a really nice lightweight jumper in the shops, and that's like the one thing that I never seem to see. But yeah, lovely. So you can see it's got like a dropped rib on it, or it's not really dropped. No, it's just like a very deep rib, very fine, got a lovely stretch to it. And it's in this sort of melange, but that's just lovely. And you could use any of your knit patterns with that. You could use it for a very lightweight cardigan or cover up, but equally you could make something like I'm wearing, like a close fitted t-shirt, and that's just going to make a lovely fine layer, which is exactly what I would do with it. But really like that, and I'm a bit gutted that there isn't more of it and that it doesn't come in more colours. Because if that came in more colours, I would stock all of them. I like it that much, and that's a shame. So there we go. Finally, in terms of new fabric for this week, got another knit, but much more of a summer knit, and I've never seen anything like this one on the wholesale side of things before. So this is a cotton and polyester and viscose possibly blend, I can't quite remember, and that's the wrong side. This is the right side. I feel like it has that kind of mock crochet look to it. But it is a very fine knit when you look at it up close with these eyelets in this kind of zigzag shape. I just think that's really cool, and that would be lovely for anything really summery. If we're talking kind of cover-ups, like long jackety style cardigans for evenings when you're on holiday. I think even just a shell top in that would be really, really lovely. Or a nice sort of a shift dress type shape. It's just got lots of potential. It's very different, and yeah, I just had to have it. But we've got plenty of this one. It's got a bit of stretch to it as well, which is nice. But yeah, I'm really, really fond of that, and very intrigued to see what it goes out into the world and becomes, because yeah, it's got a lot of potential to be something unusual. Show you that a bit more lifted up. Plenty of movement in it as well. So just different. We like different. We like to snap things up. Oh, hi Maz. Yeah, beach cord. In fact, I feel like last summer I saw a lot of menswear that was shirts made out of this sort of fabric. Like There was a lot of like crochet style men's shirts, which is a really unusual sort of departure. Personally, I think I'd make some sort of like jacket for going to the beach. Would be my preference. Right, it's 5:30. How did that happen? Okay, so shall we talk about purple packages? I'm scared. I'm scared to talk about kits because it's been exactly a year since I did the first purple package, and that was the Oxbow tote by Noodlehead, and I literally made about 8 kits with the stock that I had on my shelves, and you guys went mad for them, and I got so many messages and emails and some fairly grumpy comments afterwards about how I hadn't made enough kits because they sold out so fast. And the next couple of kits that I did, I tried to really sort of scale that up, which is great. But after I'd finished sewing my Bestie bag, I was talking about it over on YouTube this week. I thought a couple of people had asked why not sort of put some of the bits for the Bestie bag into a kit, into a purple package. And I thought, yeah, why not? But I've done that again with what I have in the shop. So that does really limit me on quantities. But I didn't want to not do it. But I'm also quite worried about like any potential backlash. So let's be really clear. There's a very limited number of these kits available. There's only 15 altogether. Mostly because I'm constrained by the number of zips that I can get my hands on. It's got, if you've seen my sample that I've sewn up on YouTube, it's got a 2-way zipper in it, and they're very difficult to get hold of at the suppliers, which, yep, as you say, a pre-order would be great, but I actually don't know how and when I can get my hands on more of those zips. And I spoke to my supplier yesterday and said, how many of them zips have you got left? And he had roughly like 6 of each colour that I needed. So I said, I'll have them all. So I'm hoping that they should come early next week. So I may be able to put a handful more together afterwards, but we'll have to see how we go on. But it's not always my availability, it's what I can actually get my hands on with making up large quantities of kits. So just so we're clear, but I'll show you what's in them. There are 5 different options, and there's around 3 kits in each option. I feel like this is the one that will cause the most fuss, because I would buy this if I had to choose one of my kits. And the first one I'm going to show you is this one. I'm hoping I'm getting that on both cameras okay. So inside the kit we've got the main fabric, we've got a lining fabric, we've got the interfacing, which is the lovely Vliselina G700, which is a woven interfacing. We've got the webbing that you need. We've got aforementioned 2-way zipper. And then there is a matching slider and thread inside there. There's clearer pictures on the website, but I just wanted to give you a taster. So this one in particular has the Flower Garden cotton canvas in it, which has been on the shelf for quite a while. That would be for the outer. That's paired with a sage green cotton poplin for the lining. You've got your interfacing there. The interfacing varies a little between black and white between each box because I don't have enough black to do them all. But it doesn't matter, it's just interfacing, it's going on the inside. So these are going to be available to buy in 22 minutes time, 6 o'clock. Just to make it fair, so that they didn't all sell off the back of the email going out this afternoon. Also that they couldn't all just be snapped up on the live. 6 o'clock, Jenny, that's why you can't find them. It's sat there with a timer on it, and at 6 o'clock it will be available, because I wanted to give you a chance to see all of it before it goes out there. And if you're watching on YouTube, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, because you need to get on the email list. That's where the good stuff happens. So that's option number 1. Option number 2 is, this is in no particular order, we have the Countryside Colours. So I'll show you the box there. I'll tell you what else I'm limited on. I only have a handful of boxes left. So with this one, I have paired together the Pacific cotton canvas for the outer with the Countryside Colours cotton for the interior. So I think those two together make a lovely partnership. You can see there. I just love this print, it's so cute. So a bit darker, and then this one will have the, I'll just grab it. It will have the stone coloured zip that I used on my bag. But they're coming in again next week. So, excuse me, these won't actually ship out until next week. But yeah, that sits beautifully with that one. And then the webbing that we've got there is the teal stripe. So I think they all fit together really, really nicely. I should say that each kit is £35, which is basically just the cost of all the bits added together. So you don't pay any extra for having a purple package. Option 3 is this one. I'll put the zip back in the box so you can see it all together. We've got the string of hearts there. We just made a right mess of that. This is a really nice sort of muted version. And you don't have to use this for the Bestie bag because the pattern isn't included because it's a PDF only pattern, so you would need to download that separately. But with this one, I've put the terracotta cotton canvas with the string of hearts Pima cotton lawn. So we've got that orange tying through, and then that is with the mocha webbing, which I just think those earthy tones together are really, really pretty. Good question, Sarah. The kits are for the medium size. So just the same as I made. I think that's the most common size that people make. The medium is still quite big. I think if you were to do the large, yeah, it's a separate thing. So do you get the slider? You do indeed. It's in there. So I'll carefully open that and show you. If you get this kit and you're like, it looks like it's been opened, this is why. So that's got the antique brass slider in it, which matches the antique brass on the zipper. So all of the hardware matches through, and that's your matching spool to match your outer. So just all your bits and bobs together. I did a bit of a straw poll on the YouTube video. I just said, if you fancy a kit, let me know. And there was a lot of comments, so I thought, well, I'm gonna have to do it. Okay, option number 4 is basically the same as mine. This is Jazzy, except the zip is a different colour. So, the counter's going round. Thank you to whoever's just placed an order. We've got the lavender canvas with the Jazzy cotton lawn. Ooh, see how it just goes? I prefer this zip to the one that I used. I'm kind of regretting not using it, but this is antique brass on black, which I think looks really, really smart. I put the stone one into mine, and then we've got this stripy webbing that ties in as well. So that's the one that's closest to the version that I made. And then finally, this is a good one. I'm a little bit in love with this, no pun intended. This is called Galentine's because, I love it. Show them, Jen, don't just sit there singing. In this one, we have got the poppy red cotton canvas with the loved up cotton poplin. I'm sorry, but hello. It's Valentine's Day soon. And then the fuchsia webbing for the outside. I love red and pink together, and these are just so much fun. Then we have the black and gunmetal zipper. Your slider is gunmetal. So what have you missed? You've missed so much, Mary Ellen. It's 5:45 nearly. So yes, Bestie bags, very limited run. Are you not on the email list, Mary Ellen? Tell her off. She's one of my best customers. She's amazing. So yeah, I'm a bit in love with this combination. When I put it together, I was like, oh, sent a picture to Mr. Stitches. I was like, look at this. He was like, yeah, great. You know, if you get it, don't you? Oh, bless you. Working hard. I am only teasing you. You know I love you, really. So, 15 minutes. That's when they can be purchased. And I'm sorry, not sorry about the lack of availability, but I do the best I can. I really do. If I could sell more, I would sell more. They're £35, Lucy, and you do need to get your pattern separately, direct from the designer, but there's a link in the description for where you can pick that up. Can you see my bag? You can. It's in the shop window. I'll go and get it. One sec. Talk amongst yourselves. I always worry that if I like go and run away, that I'm gonna like fall over or something and then leave it all running. Somebody would have to come and rescue me. This is my bag. It's over on my YouTube at the moment. Is it possible to make a double zip with a continuous zipper and 2 zip pulls? Well, if Julie's still on, maybe Julie could. We tried this. Julie and I tried this when I was making mine, because you can basically make a version of it, but we could not get the 2 sliders to line up. That being said, Julie said that she's done it with other zips. She's a bit of a bag making expert. I am not. So it's not impossible, but we really struggled. The pre-made zippers are they just make life easier. So, so this is mine. That's the lavender cotton canvas. I've got the 2-way zipper on the top. It definitely needs some sort of tassel, I feel. And then I've got the jazzy Pima lawn inside. If I maybe even turn it inside out, you might get a better idea of how it goes together. It's a very sort of viral pattern, this, isn't it? It is possible, Megan, yeah. It's possible, but hard. Julie said that she's got a tool at home to make it easier. So this is indeed a medium. So it's quite large. You've got a double pocket, and then you've got a single pocket on the other side. So it's a nice sort of introduction to making bags, really, because there's not too much hardware on the go on it. So yeah, that's a medium. And if I pop that on, you'll get an idea for the size of it. So it's quite significant. I feel that the large would be massive. But there we go. Right, this has gone on for ages. I can't believe that the camera battery's still holding on. I'm gonna have to go. And we're not even having pizza tonight. I've decided that we're having some steak because I really have a craving for some steak. You didn't need to know that, but thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that rather sort of random collection of things. And yeah, I hope you really have a really good weekend. Social Stitches is happening tomorrow. Looking forward to that. I'm hoping to finish off the Cashmerette Stanton hoodie. Please hold me to it. I really want to get that finished off tomorrow. And then I can take it home and put it in the wash because it's got a tea stain on it. So she strikes again. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. I really hope you enjoyed looking at those fabrics and kits and webbings and all that good stuff. Have an amazing weekend. Get loads of sewing done. Stay cozy. Take care. Happy sewing and bye-bye.